In this video, we're going to do one last practice problems from your worksheet for observations and inferences. The answer key can also be found in the slide deck online for observations and inferences. You can also do your learning goals using your notes to find the answers for these problems here. So let's go ahead to the candle example. So let's assume that we're burning a candle, and then the following statements are made. For these statements, we have to classify them as being either observations or inferences, O or I. And then if they're observations, we'll classify them as being qualitative or quantitative. So carbon dioxide is given off by a burning candle. That is true, but just saying that as an inference, we can't really see the carbon dioxide being given off. The candle is 10 centimeters long, so we've taken a ruler, we've measured it. That would be an observation, specifically a quantitative observation, because it's a number. The candle has a diameter of 2.5 centimeters, so again a measurement, once again a quantitative observation. A candle flame shows 3 different colors, so if you analyze this carefully you'd see 3 different colors. That would be an observation, but more of a qualitative observation if you're looking at the colors specifically. But if you're counting the number of colors, you might say quantitative. So because you're saying 3 different colors, I'd say more quantitative, but if you were saying what colors they were, then I'd say qualitative. The black smoke coming from the candle is carbon. Saying that it's carbon, that would be an inference. You don't know. If you said there is black smoke coming from the candle, the black smoke would be an observation, a qualitative one, but saying it's carbon makes it an inference. If oxygen is removed from the candle, the flame is extinguished. If you've done that, if you've actually removed oxygen, then you could say it's an observation, but if you're just saying it, it's an inference at that point. The length of the candle changes slowly as it burns, so if we're watching that happen, yes, it would be an observation. If you've measured the length, then we'd say it's a quantitative observation. The wick extends from the top to the bottom of the candle. That's more of an inference because we haven't seen the bottom yet. But if you have, then it's an observation. The burning candle makes no sound. That would be an observation, more specifically a qualitative one. Carbon causes a yellow color in the candle flame. That yellow color that you're describing would be a qualitative observation. The candle flame will burn if you put your hand in it. You haven't done it, so it would be an inference. If you did do it and you did feel it burn, then it would be an observation. The candle flame emits heat and light. So if you can see the light and feel the heat, then it's an observation, more so a qualitative observation. So just to show you where you can find answers for that, if you're not sure, we've already taken it up. But if you go to the slide deck, you can try this out. Even though we've done it, there's nothing stopping you from retrying it. So you can take a look over here. Carbon dioxide is given off by a burning candle. Inference, right? So we did quantitative observation for the candles, 10 quantitative observation there too. Yep, looks like we're on the right track so far. Inference there. Inference as well. The length. So if you measured it, it's quantitative. If you just said the length itself is qualitative, that's an inference. That's a qualitative observation there. This here, I believe we said was an inference, and the reason, I believe we said it was a qualitative observation, and it depends how you read the statement. So I looked at it as there's a yellow color in the candle flame. That would have been a qualitative observation, but really the way the statement should have been read, and it was tricky here, is the inferencing we're making is that the carbon is causing the yellow color. So that was the focus of this answer key here, focusing on the carbon causing the yellow color. We don't know if it's a carbon, we're inferring that it's a carbon. The candle flame will burn if you put your hand on it. So again, if you haven't done that, it's still an inference at this point. The candle emits heat and light. That's a qualitative observation. So you can try those practice problems out. The trick is just trying to understand what part of the statement to focus on. If ever you're unsure, you can always ask your teacher or double check the answer keys to see what was focused on in those particular problems there. So in this video, we took up the candle observation or inference activity. So at this point, you are now ready to do more practice problems related to observations and inferences. Make sure you can define them, make sure you can give some examples of them, and also make sure you can classify statements as being observation, inference, and if they're observations, qualitative or quantitative observations.